meant carts full of big-ticket buys. But another item that was flying off the shelves on Friday, guns. Reporter John Salling explains how in North Dakota, guns just aren't a sought-after weapon. They're sought-after gifts. It's not just this year. Record gun sales have happened the past 3 Black Fridays. Let's take it over now to meteorologist Henry Blakes for our first check on weather.
Enjoy the next few days that we have.
Sounds good, Henry. A suspicious vehicle traffic stop in Bismarck leads to an arrest. It happened tonight around 6 p.m. Police say they located the vehicle of interest on the corner of Broadway and Hannafin. 3 people were inside the SUV. Officers say after a scan, one of them was arrested. The other 2 were let go. It is unclear why the vehicle was on the officer's radar. A 23-year-old Minot woman is under arrest on charges of child neglect. Child Protective Services contacted police saying Octavia Pilot left 2 young children unattended. Investigators tracked down Pilot at work and arrested her. The 3-year-old and 7-year-old children were placed in the care of Protective Services. A 36-year-old Kenmar man has pleaded guilty to charges of continuous sexual abuse of a child. Tristan Enck entered his plea yesterday in Ward County District Court. Enck remains in custody. He faces a maximum sentence of life in prison if convicted on the charge. A Minot man who struck a plea deal in March for his role in a teen's overdose death now wants an appeal. Back in March, 23-year-old Aaron Bruce pleaded guilty to negligent homicide. He was charged after a July 2015 death of 19-year-old Aiden Vanderhoff. Investigators say that Bruce supplied Vanderhoff with the drugs and then failed to get him medical attention when he overdosed. The deal called for Bruce to serve 5 years in prison, but Vanderhoff's father criticized the deal as too lenient. The Supreme Court will hear the appeal next month. Well, it's moving day in Mandan. Mandan City Court will be closed tomorrow. The municipal court is in the process of relocating from Mandan City Hall across the street to the 2nd floor of the Morton County Courthouse. The city court will resume its normal hours on Monday. After a day on the run, a Bismarck bandit caught on camera has finally been caught. Bismarck police arrested 21-year-old Audric Coleman. He was wanted for stealing an iPhone 10 from Best Buy on West Century Avenue. The value of the phone totaled more than $1,200. Online records show Coleman is facing charges of theft and property dealings in stolen property. A man is making sexual misconduct allegations tonight against a volunteer at the Salvation Army. Donnie Gosling staged a protest this afternoon. According to Gosling, the incident happened last December, but nothing was done about it. He says the volunteer coordinator touched him inappropriately after he asked her not to.
She touched me on the back quite a few times, on the chest a few times, in the stomach. And I asked her to stop, and she wouldn't. She continued on.
Gosling filed 2 police reports with Bismarck PD, but the city attorney says there wasn't enough evidence based on the reports to sustain a conviction in a criminal trial. What would you do if you won the lottery? Take a vacation, maybe buy a car? Well, a couple in North Carolina just hit the jackpot and they're choosing altruism. Fox's Amber Roberts shows us how they plan on using the money to help those struggling with substance abuse. A fast food employee in West Virginia was in the right place at the right time. A worker at Tudor's Biscuit World in Huntington was in a parking lot when someone ran by in handcuffs. The worker shouldered the escapee, knocking him down. Police soon showed up on the scene. They say the man trashed a bathroom inside a nearby hospital, and when he was confronted by authorities, he was handcuffed and then he bolted. The man was eventually cited for drug paraphernalia. 2 suspects are on the loose tonight after a brazen broad daylight jewelry heist. Police say they were able to pull it off because of some clever disguises. Take a look at this. Surveillance video shows the 2 crooks are wearing synthetic masks to make them look like old men. Store employees say they even had the walk down. They managed to buzz in, pepper spray employees, and hold them at gunpoint. The disguises allowed them to make off with a sack full of Rolexes.
The Hollywood grade mask, we're not able to tell an exact age or race or anything like that that would help us identify him.
Police are now looking for any sort of identification and checking nearby surveillance cameras for possible getaway cars. Coming up, what were they thinking? A couple just named their baby after their favorite fast food chain. We'll explain. Bismarck-born Carson Wentz can add another accolade to his list. Fan favorite. According to the NFL.com Pro Bowl poll, Wentz is number 1. Wentz leads all players with 400,000 votes. That puts him ahead of Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell, Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown and Saints quarterback Drew Brees. With a league-leading 28 touchdown passes for the 10-1 Eagles, Wentz is also being considered for this year's MVP candidate. Fan voting continues through December 14th, and the Pro Bowl rosters will be announced December 19th. Well, for expecting parents, finding that perfect baby name can be tough. But for one Arkansas couple, that decision came a little too easily. Jordan and Justin Garton decided to name their baby girl after their favorite restaurant. So this is true. They're naming her Olivia Garton. The couple says that when they were newlyweds, Olive Garden's $100 never-ending pasta pass helped them save money, so now they're honoring the chain with their firstborn.
And that's when we bought the never-ending pasta pass, because we didn't have enough money for groceries, and we knew that the investment in the $100 pasta pass would save us money, and it did wind up saving us over $250.
I don't know, Henry, clearly I love pasta, but it seems a little too much.
Yeah, most definitely. Weather-wise, warm tomorrow, colder next week.
We'll see you tomorrow.